check them or charge them. Y'all know that used to be my slogan. Check them or charge them. Check them or charge them. And so for my guys who may not, come from a certain background, check them means stand up for yourself. Hey, watch how you talk to me. Hey, put your bid in. Not necessarily put your bid in, but put a motherfucker in check. That's what check them mean. Check her. So we checking them or we charging them. Charge them mean charge them to the game. Like, it's not your problem anymore. That's the street's problem. You charge, like how you charge something to your credit card, you charge a woman to the game. That's what charge means. When you hear people say charge them, charge her to the game, that come from that term originally comes from the pimp world. The pimp back in the day, I ain't never been no pimp, but it's a term that comes from the streets. And then, street guys adopted it. And, when something happened and it's just like, let it go or let it be, or how religious folks would say, let go and let God. In the streets, they say charge them to the game. So what I mean is, you check a woman or you charge her. There's no in between. You checking her or you charging her. Now, we can talk about the upgrading and the teaching and leading, but foundational game, when there's problems or when a woman is violating or disrespecting you, you check them or charge them. Here's why. When women do shit to you, when women violate you, when women call you out your name, when they disrespect you, when they hang up on you, when they slash your tires, deal with other guys, whatever the case may be, women know what they're doing to you. And they want you to do something about it. When a woman do something to you, she pretty much wants you to do something about it. Letting it go, letting it slide, having a lecture or whatever, that ain't what she doing. And a lot of the times, I'm not going to say all of the times, but a lot of the times when we get weak or when we get complacent with a woman, when we up under a woman too long, if you don't have anything to keep your strength up, like being out and about, working, but if you sitting getting comfortable and you getting lax, you start getting weak. A lot of the times, in order for a woman to feel that strength again, they'll test you. They'll test you and they'll try you. Now, they may not disrespect you to the utmost, but they'll try you because they want to feel strength from you. You see what I'm saying? They want to feel strength from you. And that's typically, a lot of the times, it's the only way. All them other hints where they be wanting you to, try to get it passively out of you ain't going to work. So typically what happens is they'll test you and they'll push your buttons and you be like, fuck wrong with you? Like, you better sit your motherfucking ass down somewhere and stop playing with me. It's not that they looking for that type of energy, but they looking for that type of strength. You see what I'm saying? So I said that to say, sometimes that be the case, but even if that ain't the case, when a woman violates you, she wants you to do something about it. And if you don't do something about it, she's just going to lose respect for you. The more it happens, she's just going to lose respect for you. It's just going to keep going. The respect going to keep dwindling. And it's the key. You got to do something about it immediately. Because if you don't, you're going to miss your moment. A lot of you guys be too passive. A lot of you guys are passive aggressive, scared of confrontation, right? So your woman to say something to you, try you out in public, wherever, they try you, and you'll wait, you'll sit on it. You'll wait, you won't say nothing, and then you'll try to come bring up the issue a day later when you get your bearings straight, or 2 days later and shit. It ain't you trying to check them or put your foot down. It's not going to be effective. You're supposed to do it in the moment. Wherever motherfucker act up, or wherever woman act up is what she get it at. I'm not saying embarrass yourself or embarrass your woman, but I don't give a fuck if you're at a restaurant. You look her in the eye and at a soft tone. You look her in the eye and you lean in and say, I know the fuck you think you're dealing with or who you fuck you talking to, but that shit need to stop right now, Or wherever you at, check them in the moment, bro. Do not wait. You wait, you're going to miss your moment. You wait till the next day trying to talk about it and all that shit. She ain't going to even hear that shit. So check them or charge them. Now, what I've noticed from the guys sending me emails and sending me DMs and me doing consultations, it's way too much talking going on. Y'all doing way too much talking. And I was a victim of that too, trying to talk and give people grace. And, especially a few years ago, when I got in my situation with my kid's mom, there's a woman that I was dealing with. And, I just was giving her grace and just trying to talk and shit. Just trying to not try something different, but, I really like the chick. So I'm thinking that I could, not thinking that I can talk her out, but I would just not let shit slide, but I would check and don't do nothing else. And so something else will happen. She may not do that, but something else, and it just keep happening and keep happening. You see what I'm saying? And I'd be trying to do all this talking. And eventually me and that woman ended up splitting up because it got to the point I'm like, because she just kept going and kept going and kept going. And that's going to happen. Listen, man, I don't care where you find a woman at. Women going to be women. Shout out to the passport bros, but you still gonna have to learn how to deal with women, and this is one of the universal principles. You think the women over there in Asia and fucking Dominican, you think they ain't trying you? You think they ain't gonna try you? They women too at the end of the day. They may be a little bit more feminine and they may raise them to cater to men, but they gonna try you too. And if you ain't got your Mac boots on, you gonna be in trouble. But a lot of you guys doing way too much talking. Way too much talking, right? And way too much negotiating. You check them or you charge them, bro. Check them. Hey, watch that shit. Don't ever talk to me like that again. When they do it again, you got to charge them to the game. You got to put them on ice. At least they have to see, a woman got to see you walk away from her. If she keep pushing your buttons, she got to see you walk away from her. All that talking, that shit don't mean nothing. And that ain't just with women. That's with anybody. That's with your employees. That's with, if anybody got kids, any of my guys who got kids, comment in the comments right now. If you got kids, this applies to them as well. You keep talking to a kid over and over and just talking and talking. They ain't gonna do nothing to get worse, and they're gonna lose respect for you. And eventually they're gonna be talking shit to you and cursing you out and disrespecting you. You see what I'm saying? The same principle apply to kids. That apply to humans. You think your job finna keep talking to you because you going in there late? You think they finna negotiate with you? No. Okay, boom. You let your ass late one time. Hey, look, chill out. Second time, hey, this a warning. Third time, we're gonna sit your ass down. Next time, you late your ass out of here. Why do you think companies do that? Because it's human nature to, I don't want to say rebel, but we don't respect words. We don't respect people's words. Human nature, especially women. So all that talking and shit, all that negotiating and verbal reprimanding and shit, that shit ain't gonna cut it, my guy. That ain't gonna cut it. Women don't respond well to verbal reprimand anyway. You check them. If they want to argue and not be accountable, you put their ass on the bench. What I mean, you put their ass on ice for a couple of days and you remove yourself from the situation until they understand. You don't let nothing. That's the only way to deal with women. You see what I'm saying? Now you communicate. There's a lot of women, when you communicate your shit to them and you firm and you got that coldness to you, a lot of women will get in line. But for the ones that don't, because truth be told, it's men's fault, man. It's men's fault that women are like this. That's because every other guy before them, just let them do anything. Just let them get away with shit and get away with shit and get away with shit. Every guy before them. So now when they get to you, a real player, when they get to a guy like me, they think that it's going like that, and it ain't. And if more men stood on business, then the women would be different. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of guys try to do this verbal reprimand and shit and keep checking and keep talking and keep talking. And the women don't respect that. They don't respond well to that. They don't respond well to that. So when they get with you and you try to do that shit, you think your game is good, but the game is about, okay, I have a problem with something. I tried to communicate that to you. You don't want to hear me, you go on the bench, period. That's the only way to deal with women. If they don't understand you, if they can't understand your grievances or want to listen to you or want to hear you out, or they don't like the fact that you're emotionally intelligent and you know how to communicate what's going on with you, or they don't like that, or they don't want to hear it because it don't serve their feelings, you put them on the bench until further notice. Further notice means, hey, until you can understand, I'm disengaging. You don't have access to me. And if they don't want to get it, then you replace their ass. Move your feet, you lose your seat. That is my policy. That is my policy for real. Any woman that's ever dealt with me will tell you that motherfucker don't play. You move your feet, you lose your seat. When I put you, your ass go on the bench, you ass go on timeout, your ass go on ice, and when you come back and you think you still on that, somebody else gonna be in that seat, because I don't got time to be fucking stressing out trying to get you right. I ain't nobody who got time for that. Not me. King Dre ain't got time for that. You see what I'm saying? But women don't respond well to verbal reprimand. It don't hit the same. It don't stick. Not just women, anybody. Remember, fellas, communication is the key to life. Communication is key. Your actions will communicate louder than words with women. Your actions are going to always communicate louder than words. I'm going to give you guys an example. For my players know what's up. You ever been dealing with a woman and you told her, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I just want to have fun. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm emotionally unavailable. I got a wife, whatever the case may be. And she cool. She accepted. Cool. You mean what you say. You mean that. But your actions to her says otherwise. Right? So you may be fucking her without a condom, kissing her in the mouth, and to you, that don't mean you want to be in a relationship, but to them, that's relationship shit. And so your actions are saying, I want to be in a relationship. And what they telling you? Well, you say you don't want to be with me, but why you fucking me like this and you kissing me and you doing all this shit and you spinning on me? You obviously want to be with me, right? What does that go to show you? That goes to show you that women are, and they paying attention to your actions. So when I say communication is key, a lot of you guys think communicating is just what you saying, and if what you saying is effective, that's half the battle. The other half of communication is your actions. Are your actions getting through? When you check a bitch, if she don't get it, will you charge her ass to the motherfucking game? That's communication. Nonverbal. Most communication is nonverbal. I just talked about that on the last week's episode. Most communication is nonverbal. So your actions are going to speak a lot of the times louder than your words. And if your actions ain't aligning, if your actions ain't saying that you need to be respected, then a woman ain't going to respect you. It's your actions. And unfortunately, the only way to show a woman is to remove access. Access denied until you get your motherfucking mind right. And typically, if a woman like, love, or respects you, that'll do the trick. Put on ice for a few days and let her see that you're serious. Not negotiating, not responding to her, not engaging her. Let her see that she have to feel the coldness in you. You guys got to learn how to develop a cold heart and bring it out when you need to be. You need a warm, loving heart, but you guys need to know how to display a cold heart, and so that can come out and resonate in your words and your actions. Because when women see that and they like you, they will get the fucking line on everything I love. I've been doing this for a long time. Guys, listen, if there was another way, I would teach it. If there was another way, I would teach it. I've been doing this for a long time. Unfortunately, there ain't no way. I tried it all. I tried negotiating. I tried giving grace. I tried it all in my day. Letting it slide, forgiving and forget. Tried all that. It don't work. The only thing that works is, hey, I don't like that. Well, all right. 2 days later, what's going on? I feel you acting kind of different. You already know what's up. Hit me when you get your mind right. A day later, you ain't responding. 2 days later, please listen to me. I swear to God, please don't do me like this. Not all that shit. All right. You feel me? That's the only thing that worked, unfortunately. So, communication is key, guys. Check them or charge them. Ain't no in between, period. I had a guy, right? Just did a consultation. One of the things that inspired this, one of my guys, right? Millionaire. Guy's a millionaire too. Multi-millionaire guy. I know you're going to be listening, so I ain't going to put too much of your business out there. But, got all the basic level shit, right? Got this guy, got the purpose, got the money, got the career, got the looks, and, got a little entry level. His game is kind of entry level. But what he was missing was he was talking too much. And so he gave me his story of about, 2 years. He walked me through the timeline of 2 years. And it just got progressively worse and worse and worse and worse. The big woman's behavior got worse and worse and worse over 2 years. And I'm sitting here listening. And the one thing that he was doing wrong was he was talking too much. Every time she would do something. And it wouldn't be often at first. But he would just try to talk and talk and talk and try to get her to see. That's another thing. You guys be trying to get her to see where you coming from, get her to feel you, and fuck all that. Fuck all that. We ain't doing that, bro. Don't do that. Fuck, they don't give a fuck how you feeling. They don't give a fuck where you coming from. The only thing they give a fuck about is if they gonna have access to you. Can they love on you? Can they benefit from you? Can they love on you? Can they be in this relationship or not? That's all they respect. All that trying to, you gotta understand, trying to get them to understand why you this and why you feel like that. Fuck all that, bro. That shit don't work. So with my man, right, his problem was he was talking too much, and it had got to the point, talking and negotiating and all this shit. He never did anything about it, and it had got to the point, literally from the woman. This woman was literally eating out his hands, super submissive, the whole nine, like sex on demand, all that. Like literally had her wrapped around his finger. It progressed to the point to where she's dealing with somebody else now. He gave me the play by play, and it progressed up until that point. That's how real this shit is. That's how your situation will turn around. Check them or charge them. Period. Check them or charge them.